Welcome to the Eli Show. I'm your host, Eli Tanner, and it's season 3, episode 2. And man, do I have a show for you. It's busy, as you can tell by the orange around me. Knicks take game 1 over Wemby and the Spurs. And now, what a hockey game yesterday. The Hurricanes, they beat Las Vegas last night in a thriller overtime game. And what's happening on Capitol Hill with Nick Saban? College sports might be on the line. You hear all that and more. It's the Eli Show, season 3, and I can't wait to get started. But let's start with the Knicks, and they seem like they dominated against the Spurs. Now, if you didn't catch the game, it was back and forth the whole game with the points, Spurs winning points, Knicks winning, and it came down to the end, and it came down really to the last 2 minutes. That's when the Knicks put pressure on the Spurs. The Spurs and Wemby, I don't think Wemby, he didn't have a great fourth quarter, to be honest. He had a okay game, you know, but man, I'll tell you what, it's just like Knicks fans. The Knicks players went directly at Wemby. They went directly to him. OKC in that final game, they try to shoot around him. They try to go around him. They try to force him. You can't do that. As a uh, as a book I used to read back when I was younger, it said, "Can't go around him, can't go under him. You got to go through him. If you want to beat Wemby, you got to attack him, and you got to make him earn it." I'm fine if he makes a lucky 3-point shot. Yes, he's a good shooter, but that's not his cup of tea. Force him, force him to shoot, force the shoot on his back foot, and if the Spurs want to win it, they have to stop the attacking. They have to stop him at the 3-point line because this is what's happening. It's like a hot knife through butter. They're slicing right through it. And guess who can't stop it? The Spurs. The Spurs look like they just saw an alien. No, I'm not talking about Wemby and all this alien stuff. I'm talking about they're just staring at the ball. And the Knicks are just going at it. And, I was listening to this. Almost every single person in America is going for the Knicks. Different reasons. Almost every actor I feel like in the world is a Knicks fan. Almost every comedian is a Knicks fan. But then there's another side of the argument that just wants to see Wemby win. And there was this debate at our edge group at church that Wemby in the next 10 years he could possibly win 7 championships. Wrong. In the current NBA, they he can't do that. I don't think he can. I don't think he has the longevity to even win 5. I don't think he's going to win this one. As they've been chanting in the past 3 series, and I saw them doing it just the other night. Knicks in 4. Let's go Knicks in 4. I got Knicks. I'm on the bandwagon, for the Knicks. I think they're going to pull it out. Maybe not Knicks in 4. I think Knicks in 6. Um, a lot of people though here in the South, not really big Knicks fans, not big New Yorker fans, so they're going for Wemby. I think the Knicks have earned it. Over the past few years, they've gotten beaten up. Just say it, Spike Lee leading the charge, Stephen A. Smith going out there helping, as he said, he's what did he say? The vice president of the Knicks fan club. That's what they're talking about. But I'll tell you what an NBA Finals we have set. I think it might go 7. I think it's going to go 6 to the Knicks. Don't do sports betting based off of what I say because I'm wrong a lot. But I think the Knicks are going to win this one. It's not because of coaching. It's because of the teamwork. It's because of how they're attacking him. They've seen Wemby before. They've had an easy time in this playoffs, and they have the highest point differential in the last 15 games than any other team. Than any team. You think about it back in the 90s, you know? But even back, you think of Michael Jordan days. He did not even have this much point differential in 15 games. It's 200 over 270 plus point differential in the games. It's outrageous. And if you combine their last 15 games, they've won 12 in a row. Not to jinx, knocking on wood. I got the Knicks winning tonight, and then actually, it might be a close one. Let's get into something I was listening to The Herd with Colin Coward with this afternoon. I always listen to it at 12 o'clock. Much better sports person than me, but He was talking about Nick Saban, and I completely disagree with him. Nick Saban is on Capitol Hill. Should he be on Capitol Hill arguing about college sports? I don't think, I really don't think it should be on Capitol Hill. It shouldn't be up to DC and Congress and the Senate to decide on this. Are we not civilized enough, the NCAA? Are we not? Can we not come together and have an idea? Here's what I think. First of all, I think we need to have a salary cap. Then we need to have regulations. Yes, I get the point of having billionaires. Yeah, I said that right. Billionaires bring money into the football program. Now, here's my idea. What if instead of just focusing on the football program, you could only donate to the school's sports program? I'm not saying divide it evenly. I'm just saying the players should get what they make off of television, off of stadium sales, not off of billionaires giving them money. And it should be up to the school. Now, I get you should be able to get sponsors. You should be able to do that. But the school should give the player and have a reasonable contract. That's, yeah, contract. And the team, there should be a cap. Now, I do think, yes, a team's going to have more money than the other. If baseball makes money, they should get the money they made. If football makes money, they should get the money you made. If the program does not make money, the players don't deserve to get paid, right? I think that's true. That's what Nick Saban's trying to say. He's trying to say we have to put a cap on it. We can't have these billionaires bringing money in but only doing it for football. I think this is my own opinion. He's not saying just for the sports program. That's what I'm saying. He's saying we need to slow down and we need to have rules. That's what I agree with. Now I say we gotta say you can only bring this much money or only for the whole program. I think that's best for all. But no, it shouldn't be up to DC and the Senate and them. I think it should be based off of the NCAA and Division One, Division Two, different rules based off of your school size and how the ticket sells and how that lines up. And I think if they make money, they should get the money. But I also think, Colin and the Herd brought a great point up. USC out in California, the true USC, they spent $300 million on a sports complex. That's 7 years paying players for football. That's from donors, right? Do they need a new complex? No. Should the players get paid with all that money? Probably not. The players need to earn their money, not just get it from billionaires. But yeah, you can donate to the program. You can donate to a complex. I'm completely fine with the state-of-the-art complex. But players need to earn their money. And, smaller schools are going to have to make cuts. But if a smaller school starts getting ticket pricing and television, the players and coaches should share that. So, yeah, let's get off of that topic real quick. It can go a long way with the whole college things, and I think we have to set rules. It's right that it's like having a car going 150 miles per hour. We got to tap on the brakes. It's about the Grand Canyon. I just messed that whole quote up. That quote's from one of the greatest college football coaches, Nick Saban, while he was talking in Congress, I do believe. But let's get to the Stanley Cup Finals and our home squad, the Carolina Hurricanes. What a victory in overtime last night. They were behind early, didn't watch the most of the second and third period. I watched the end. Losing 2-0 when I turned the channel. When I came back on, 3-2. Now paint this picture. Most people around this area don't watch hockey, but hockey, it's a good sport. You can get deeply connected to it unless you're getting blown out. You hit each other, you have it. But penalties hurt them. Now, before, I wasn't watching at this point, but there was a penalty where the goalie, I think that's what they call him, had the puck in his thing. A offensive person used it and put his stick and pushed the puck into the goal. Now, I don't know the rules. this was, quote, illegal. So there was a penalty. So now, penalty, no goal. The score is 2-1. 20 seconds into this penalty, Carolina scores a huge goal, ties it 2-2. And then later, Carolina scores another goal and takes the lead 3-2. Now, of course, the coach is mad because they thought they scored a goal, ended up being, and they reviewed this too. So if you review it, there's a penalty if you get it wrong, which I don't like. Personally, I don't like how hockey does. I don't like how they do the review system, but I don't get the game. So it's 3-2. And here's the matter of fact: there's a minute 30 to go, and they take their goalie out. So the goal is open for Las Vegas because they're losing 3-2, and they have 6 versus 5. 6 offensive players and then 5 defensive players for the Hurricanes. They go, and with a minute, and I believe, I forget, it was a minute and 20, I think, they scored a goal and tied the game 3-3. And then that just defeated. You thought, oh no, we're going into overtime. And we end up going into overtime. And now both teams, Las Vegas before this, 3-0, 3-0 in the playoffs in overtime. And the Hurricanes, I believe, were 6-0. So one of these teams is going to have to lose a overtime game in the playoffs. In the Stanley Cup Finals, Game 2, it's in Raleigh, North Carolina. And man, Carolina did what they always do. They came up, it was back and forth. Lots of shots on goal to begin with, but then Hurricanes dominated offensively, getting tons of shots in goal. And they had opportunity on the side and a great shot in the upper corner. And they got the goal. I went crazy. 11:30 last night, and I went crazy. And Hurricanes. So series is tied 1-1. They're going to Las Vegas for Game 3, and that's going to be a good one. That's tomorrow night, but tonight, finals. It's going to be a close one. I'm going to call Knicks winning this one. But man, it was a game. It really was a game, and it was a tight back and forth game. And if you haven't gotten into hockey, this Stanley Cup Finals, great starting point to get into hockey. Let's hit this LeBron James fake news. I'm just gonna say it. I don't think the Lakers are gonna let go of him. Now there's reports Lakers owners don't want to talk to him. It's behind the door. Maybe not. Bronny has one more year. LeBron's a free agent this summer, so a lot of reports say he's going with Stephen Curry and into the Warriors. I don't buy the story. It would be a great story. The Warriors will definitely want him. I don't think the Lakers are going to let him go. I think they're going to give him a massive deal. But I think it'll be great. A bunch of older people on a team. What can they do in the Western Conference? That's dominated by young players. I don't know. I don't think the Lakers are going to let him go, at least for this year. Now, let's get into the World Cup. And it's about to get started, baby. Here's the thing about the World Cup. If you're cheering for a team, soccer can get a bit exciting, in my own opinion. And when it's on your home turf, and it's your 250th birthday, and your soccer team is looking pretty good, and you have hope, man, you get excited. And I'm excited about our hockey team coming up because I think we have a chance to make it into the I call it Final Four. I don't know what they call it in the soccer world, but I think they have a chance to make a move. I think they definitely have a chance. They're gonna have to do good in the group stages. Be confident. I forgot when their first game is. I don't know when their first game is, but it's sooner than later. But yeah. Now I got a subject I'd like to talk to. People nowadays, they want to go quick. People nowadays look down on each other, myself including. I look down on some people. Now, I'll say this as a Christian, I don't think we should look down on people because we all make mistakes. As Jesus said on the Sermon on the Mount, not a quote for quote, but you're looking at a guy that have a branch in their stick, and you have a whole tree in your stick, basically. And he's saying, don't look at someone bad. It's like saying someone, hey bro, you have bad hair, and then you're bald. I'm just saying, you gotta know how to flow, and you can't look on someone down. Hey, be kind to everyone, This is the Eli Show, Season 3. I'm your host, Eli Tanner.